Hello, happy new year. Welcome to 2020, new year, new decade, new you, all that jazz. I don't know about you, but I definitely got a wee bit off track during the holidays with my fitness and health regimen because I got sick and I was trying to finish Brains and Gains, my ebook that just launched. Thank you to everyone who's bought it so far. Makes me so happy. There was just a lot going on, as there always is, and as such, I fell off track a little bit. I am not living my best fitness lifestyle, and I am somewhat feeling the repercussions of that. And I know that's true for a lot of you guys as well. The holidays make it so difficult to stay on track with health and fitness because holidays are stressful, man. Like, you got all that family. Sometimes you don't get along with the family. You gotta get presents. Everyone's just in a weird mood. Like, yeah, the holidays can be a great season, but also it's just kind of a weird time, you know? It's cold and you don't want to go outside to exercise. There's so much good food. So much good food. And it's just, there's so many things going on that just make it difficult to stay with the lifestyle that you have chosen to follow the other months out of the year. For a lot of people, this also causes a little bit of weight gain. And before I get into my top tips for how to get back on track, reduce the extra weight that you may have gained, and just kind of feel better going into 2020, I do want to address the weight gain thing really quick first, because I don't want any of you freaking out about any weight that you may have gained during the holidays, because guess what? It more than likely is not fat. And if you did gain fat, it's probably not a very significant amount of fat. A lot of the weight gain people experience during the holidays is due to bloating and water retention. When you start eating a bunch of foods that you don't normally eat that may not be so great for your digestion, and you start just incorporating all of these new and different foods, your body can be like, whoa, hold up, excuse me, and then you start to get more bloated because your gut just does not know how to process all of these things, and so it's like, excuse me, and you bloat. And you also stop doing a lot of things that would normally help reduce bloating, like being physically active. That's really good at helping get your body like back to a more balanced state. But if you're not only eating a ton of extra different stuff and reducing your exercise, that's a recipe for gaining weight due to bloat. Kind of the same thing for water retention. If you're eating a ton of food that is a little bit more inflammatory than you usually eat, and you're not exercising, you're maybe partaking in a few other habits like drinking alcohol that are also going to cause some amount of damage and inflammation in your body, then you're going to store more water and thus way more, even though you haven't necessarily gained fat. So if you have gained weight during this holiday season, don't freak out about it. The number one tip is basically just to get back on track, and your body will balance itself out. So if you're excited to start implementing some of my top tips to get yourself back on track, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to see future videos from me. Without further ado, let's get into tip number one. Tip number one is to take time for yourself. Just take a step back, take a day, a week, however long you need to really recalibrate. The holidays are stressful. The holiday season is so busy, and it can be very difficult to kind of get yourself out of that mentality back to where your baseline is. So if you just take that second to give yourself a breather, hit that reset button, it's so much easier to just get back into your routine once you've been able to kind of clear your head. So I was actually gonna film this video yesterday, but I had literally just launched my ebook and I've been up super late finalizing everything for that, and I had been sick, it had been the holidays, everything had been going on. I needed a day. So I took yesterday off because this video would have sucked if I filmed it yesterday, not gonna lie. Tip number two is to avoid any and all crash diets. Remember what I said at the beginning, if you gained weight, it's probably not a ton of fat. Therefore, a crash diet for fat loss is probably not what your body needs to get back to your baseline. Detoxes, juice cleanses, the military diet, all of these insanely low calorie crash diets are just things that are designed to make you appear to get quick results, but not give you sustainable results. Yes, you might lose a few pounds right away initially, but guess what? You are going to gain all that back. Hands down. Crash diets do not make long-term change. All they do is freak your body out by drastically changing your eating, dropping your calories, so that as soon as you go back to eating your normal diet, you gain all the weight back, and it makes it harder to lose weight in the future, and it makes it easier to gain weight in the long run. Crash dieting is setting yourself up for failure. You should be working on developing a healthy lifestyle, because not only is that going to give you the body that you want long term, but it's also going to give you the internal feeling of health and vibrancy long term. Post holidays and pre-summer are like peak motivation season. A lot of you probably have a lot of motivation to get back on track, get fit, get healthy right now. And some people will use that motivation to get them through a crash diet. But my tip number 3 is to use that motivation instead to further your understanding and knowledge of what you're trying to accomplish. Nothing will help you more in your health and fitness journey than understanding why you're doing what you're doing, how it works in your body, and the best steps to take. So using this motivation that you have to educate yourself is going to help you for years. One thing that you can do is get an audiobook that is going to educate you. If you have a really hard time with nutrition, maybe get a nutrition focused audiobook. Or if you really want to understand the principles of exercise, you can get an exercise focused audiobook. As you guys know, I give my favorite audiobook recommendations almost every single month, and almost all of them are about health and fitness, so I will link all of my top recommendations down in the description. But right now, this month, I just started listening to a book called The Perfect Health Diet, and this had been recommended to me a few times by a few different people, and I was a little bit skeptical of it because honestly I had read kind of the summaries of it and reviews on it, and some of the things that the author says kind of go against what I preach when it comes to nutrition, and so I wasn't going to listen to it. And then I remembered that just because you disagree with something doesn't mean it's wrong, doesn't mean it's invalid, and doesn't mean it's not worth listening to, which by the way is like the #1 life lesson I will probably ever give on this YouTube channel. So watch that little part again. So far, I'm not super far into it right now. I'm probably like a quarter of the way through it, but I am loving it. I have learned so much, and I do think it's a very good listen. As always, this recommendation is brought to you by Audible, the best audiobook listening platform on the planet, the only one I use because it's the best. If you go to audible.com/Marissa or text Marissa to 500-500, you will get 1 free audiobook, 2 Audible originals, which are exclusive titles created specifically for Audible by celebrated storytellers from worlds as diverse as literature, journalism, theater, etc. And then you also get a 30-day free trial. And I highly recommend you take advantage of this to implement tip number 3, to educate yourself all about health, fitness, wellness. Use it to give yourself the tools that you can use in order to further your health and fitness journey long term. Oh, and also Audible is doing a super cool challenge right now where if you listen to 3 audiobooks by March 3rd, so that's 3 books by 3, you get a $20 Amazon gift card. You don't have to do anything to enter. You just have to have an Audible account and listen to 3 books, and it keeps track of it for you. So if you need any more motivation to go through my list of recommended audiobooks, you can get $20 if you do it. Again, that is audible.com/Marissa or text Marissa to 500-500 to get your free trial, free audiobook, 2 Audible originals, and to start doing the challenge. My next tip, tip number 4, is to reach for the probiotic foods. If you are suffering from any amount of bloating due to the vast variety of maybe not so high quality foods consumed during the holidays, one of the best things you can do is incorporate probiotics into your diet. So things like coconut yogurt, kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut, all that good stuff. Gut health is absolutely king when it comes to overall health as well as reducing bloating, considering your bloating comes from your gut. I am never more regular with my poops than when I make sure to incorporate probiotic foods into my day. So right now I'm actually just making myself a little pre-gym snack. I have the Koyo natural coconut yogurt, and I'm just gonna add some frozen blueberries to it. Not a huge snack because, you know, I want to be able to work out efficiently, but just enough to give me some fuel and also get my probiotics in for the day. All right, I have had my snack and now I am on my way to the gym, which brings me to my next tip, which is to start rebuilding consistency as soon as you can. Look at me go. I haven't worked out in 7 months. This is my 2nd time back in the gym. I'm on a roll. We're doing good. Building the consistency, even though I am way out of the habit of going to the gym. With any long-term change, but particularly with health and fitness and changing your body, consistency is key. You don't get results from doing things once or doing things for 3 days. You get long-term positive change from making it a consistent thing in your life. If you procrastinate and you stay in the holiday slump and use that as an excuse, then you're never going to start seeing change because you aren't changing. You have to change to make change. So start now, use your New Year's motivation to start building that consistency and really work on building it into your lifestyle, building the routine, so when that motivation starts to fade, you've already established a discipline that you can continue to follow. Gym accomplished. It is now quite a bit later and I'm out just for a nice easy walk before the sun goes down, and this leads me to tip number 5, 6, 7, I've lost track. My next tip, which is to get active. My personal favorite way to do this is through walking, but you can totally do it through like dance, swimming, just walking around your house, doing a little bit of body weight exercises here and there throughout the day, just anything that isn't being sedentary, basically. Movement is so good for you and so important for health. It's good for your heart, it's good for your mood, for your stress levels, it's good for your body's natural detox processes, it's good for your digestion. Like, walking and being active is an overall health booster. And not only that, but if you can build activity into your lifestyle and maintain it long term, ooh, you're gonna win at life. So tip number 7 is to, again, use your extra motivation that you have from the New Year's to give yourself a 1 to 2 step 30-day challenge. So this could be anything like cutting out sugar for 30 days or cutting out caffeine for 30 days, or maybe even doing a whole 30, but honestly, I don't think you have to do anything that, I don't want to call it extreme because whole 30 is like a pretty good thing to do, but anything that restrictive. There's a bug crawling in my food. Go away. Thank you. And because it's the new year, it's really easy to find accountability buddies. If, you know, you want to participate in something with people in your office. This kale is harder to pick than I thought it would be. Got one. Like eating a cup of vegetables with every single meal, or making your breakfast 100% whole unprocessed food. Just something that seems easy for you that you know will actually help change your life. The biggest reason this is gonna help is not because you're inherently being restrictive or cutting out unhealthy things or changing your life in any way. It's mostly just because you're actively setting an easy, tangible goal. By easy, I mean kind of conceptually easy, because I know it can be really difficult to like cut out sugar for 30 days. But if you have a tangible goal that has very clear, actionable steps, like don't eat sugar or eat a cup of vegetables, then it becomes really easy to follow it, stick to it, feel good about yourself for achieving it, and then make it a long-term part of your lifestyle. Here's my little garden harvest for the day. I'm gonna be using this when I make dinner, and I will catch up with you when I do that. Tip number 8 is to cook at home. This is one thing that can easily and quickly completely revolutionize your health. When you eat out at restaurants, you never really fully know what is in your food. Not that that is always inherently a bad thing, but if you're feeling bloated, sluggish, tired, inflamed, etc. because of how you're eating during the holidays, then it's probably better for a little bit to avoid the extra stuff that is usually added to food created in a restaurant. When you cook for yourself, you can really focus on just centering your meals around whole unprocessed food. So right now, I'm cooking for myself. Obviously, I am making a giant steak salad. I just put some sweet potato in the oven to roast those. I'm gonna have my kale. I'm gonna throw in romaine. I'm gonna slice up my radii, and then I'm also gonna add some avocado, and of course my steak. It forces you to be so much more conscious of what you're putting in your body. And here is the final product. Got my sweet potato, avocado, radishes, steak with my garden kale, garden romaine, and I added a little bit of arugula. And then for the dressing, I just did extra virgin olive oil and lemon, and then I'm about to drizzle it in balsamic vinegar. All right, I'm eating my dinner. It's late now. It's time to go to bed, which brings me to my last piece of advice / tip, which is go to sleep, get good quality sleep, cherish your sleep, love your sleep, just focus on sleep. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. It's kind of like a mini reset button. If you are experiencing a lot of bloating, when you sleep is going to be a time when your body's really going to be able to deal with that. If you are super inflamed, getting enough sleep is so absolutely key to reducing inflammation. If you have any lingering issues caused by any changes to your diet and lifestyle during the holidays, sleep is going to be the time that your body processes through it and deals with it and helps you get back to your healthiest state. And like, this is the easiest thing that you can do, because all you have to do is lay down and go to sleep and wake up and congrats, you did it. But not only is sleep going to help you get back on track and recover from the holidays, but it's also going to help you moving forward. Sleep is so critical for so many different bodily functions. I mean, obviously we die without sleep, but one of the main things nutrition-wise is if you have a night of sleep deprivation, it can make you as insulin resistant as a person with type 2 diabetes. It completely messes up your blood glucose. And so this is gonna end up driving you to crave sugary foods to give your body that hit of glucose that it needs because it's not metabolizing it properly. On top of that, sleep deprivation messes up your sense of self-control. So like, really good luck if you're not sleeping. And as far as getting back on track with the gym and exercise, sleep is the counterpart to exercise. If you exercise and you aren't sleeping, then the effects of the exercise don't get turned into progress. There are countless other reasons that you want to prioritize sleep when you're trying to get back on track, get back into a fitness routine, get back into a healthy lifestyle. I made a whole video about why sleep is so important and also things you can do to improve your sleep, because you might be thinking at this point like, Marissa, that's great, I want to sleep, but I have a really hard time getting good quality sleep. I have a whole video about sleep, so I'll link that down in the description if you want to check that out. But it really is so crucial. Like, don't feel like you're being lazy or not being productive by letting your body sleep, because it's important. But speaking of sleep, it is time for me to probably have a nice warm cup of tea while I get ready for bed and then get some sleep of my own. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was helpful. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel. Really genuinely appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or additional tips that you want to give, please leave them down in the comments below, or just say hey. I'll say hey. We'll have a party in the comment section. It will be great. If you want to check out more videos from me all about health and fitness and getting into a healthy lifestyle, you can check them out over here. In the meantime, please share this video with your friends, your family, your neighbors. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.